Okay, so we're back, part two. We just did the slide disassembly, or the field strip. Now we're going to move on to the frame disassembly, or a complete strip. So we're going to move all the slide pieces out of the way here. We'll move these out. We'll use them later when we do the reassembly. So we have the frame. I don't know if I mentioned in the first part, but this is completely stock Norinco 1911A1C commander length. Everything on here is how it comes from Norinco, how it comes from the factory, other than the grips. I really don't like the Norinco grips. They're like a hard rubber. Sure, they're nice and grippy when you're shooting them, but they stink. They smell really bad. They stink like some sort of cheap garbage rubber. So I don't like them just for that reason. I do keep them, obviously, but I prefer these. These are pinup grill grips. I have a couple sets of these. This is just kind of a silver skull grip, which I also like. And on my other Norinco 1911, I have these skull grips. As you saw in the other video, this is my other matching gun to this one. So we have that there. But this isn't a grip video, this is a disassembly video. So what we're going to do now is, again, a lot of guys do this a lot of different ways. As long as the end result is a completely disassembled gun that you can thoroughly clean, inspect, and replace parts if needed, you know, that's the most important thing. So I'm going to start by removing the grips, just to get them out of the way. These grips, by the way, just trying to fill up some time here while I'm taking them off. I got these grips from actually a paintball company. They make paintball parts, paintball grips for hundreds of different paintball guns. But they also make 1911 grips, as well as one model of Smith & Wesson, I believe, and a model of SIG. I have no experience with the other, but the Smith & Wesson or the SIG grips that they make. I do have experience with these 1911 grips. I have 3 sets, and they're great. You know, they're relatively inexpensive. They're about $40. I think if you order 2 sets, you get, you know, 10 or 15% off or something, so it's even cheaper. So I really enjoy them. The company is called SPD Paintball, out of the States. So you can just Google that, SPD Paintball. Yeah, really happy with the grips. So we'll set the grips aside for now. So now grips are off. First thing I'm going to do is remove the thumb safety, which is also holding the grip safety in place. So pretty easy. Obviously it only comes out one way. We're just going to kind of grab onto it, give it a little wiggle, and it comes right out. Now there is like a plunger and spring here, so what we're going to do is to remove that. I'm just going to kind of push up on it here and grab this side of it, and the whole thing slides out. Okay, so we're going to set that aside, set that aside. So we remove that. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to remove the mainspring housing, which is right here. To do that, I'm going to knock out this pin here. So there's an indented side of the pin. There's also a rounded side of the pin. You're going to push towards the rounded side out. So the indent, that's what you're going to knock out. I'm going to use this little screwdriver here, just a little tiny flathead guy. I use it to remove the mag release, but I also use it for this. Sometimes these can be a little bit tight, so I'm just going to push in, and if need be, I'll give it a little tap with a hammer. But I'm hoping I don't. Yeah, well, we'll give it a little tap with a hammer. What the hell? So what we're going to do here, just going to give it a little tap. There you completely out yet. There you go. So, pin out. There you go. Mainspring housing out. Sorry, I'll move this stuff out of the way. So there you have it. So that's ready to go. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the hammer from the weapon. There's a pin holding the hammer in, which is right here. Flat top, so we're going to push from the rounded side. Pretty straightforward. Grab a hold of it. And sorry guys, I am doing this backwards to me, so I'm a little off. There's the pin. Now we can just simply take out the hammer. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to remove the sear. And again, there's a little pin right here, right there, flat top, so you push from the back, the rounded side. Fingers are too big, so give it a little poke with a screwdriver, and we can grab that. Pull that out. Grab the mainspring, pull that out. Again, a lot of guys do this in a lot of different ways, a lot of different orders. I think I do it normally in a different order from this, but whatever. We're going with it. We're going to get the same end result. So now I can tap. There we go. And the sear comes right out. So put that aside. Now the only parts left, the mag release and the trigger. What we're going to do is we're going to push in the mag release. See that? There's a little screw there. So we're going to push it in just slightly, not all the way, and then we're going to turn the screw. You'll kind of play with it and you'll feel where you can turn it. You shouldn't use any force. Like for any of this disassembly, really, there shouldn't be a whole lot of force. Other than that pin holding in the mainspring housing, that can kind of be a bit of a pain sometimes. But anyway, so we're going to twist this. It's going to just lock open. So now it just wants to fall out, which is exactly what it'll do. Oh. Sorry, of course it was stuck there. Anyways, so that's it. Mag release out. Only thing left is the trigger. We're going to simply push it back. It's going to start coming out the back here, and then we can just pull it out. So that's it. There's a trigger assembly, all there is to it. Believe that's all that comes off the weapon. It's all that I've ever taken off. I do believe that you can remove this housing here. Yeah, there's pins on the inside that you can remove this housing. I see no reason to ever remove this, unless of course it's damaged or something like that. I mean, you can still do a complete clean and everything with this on, so I just leave it on. Other than that, it's basically just a stripped down frame. That's the end of this video. I'll start part 3 and we'll do reassembly. Okay.